Hello, this is an exciting game played in the AYD League that White won by 13.5, but it was quite an adventure. In the early stage, White got a very comfortable position killing the lower left corner. Then later on, White also killed this lower right and it's quite large. Actually here, Black had some opportunities to hurt White's corner, but all of a sudden, Black managed to kill a large group in the center that shouldn't die. Usually the big dragon in the middle has to escape, but somehow White compensates, damaging the top and still wins the game by a comfortable margin. So let's check out all these missed opportunities in the local fights. Quite interesting to see. So, Useki first. Well, very modern. The high Shimari, so far so good. At this stage of the game, White already has a few choices. Obviously, this O3 is a good move, but White can simply make a Shimari at C6 or C5. The early Sansan invasion R3, it's a move to be considered like most of the time. Inside approach at R6 or simply defend the top left corner F17 in order to prevent the approach from the top side where Black can expand the more. But it's absolutely fine to play here. So the Fuseki seems okay. Now I know White is fond of this double approach high, but this is the kind of move that is played when White has some stones in the top right corner, hoping for a big moy on the right side. When Black has a position in that corner, it's a little bit better to play the low double Kakari. But when we have the same kind of Joseki like it happened in the game, oops, that's a misclick. Okay, here, and then Sansan. Now you're not bothered by any stone that comes around R8. So if Black simply approaches here, White will always go down and play this Atari. These are good forcing moves for White to prevent some central Moyo by Black and then just play away. So this R8 is not bothering in any way because when Black tries to play this move and take away the eye shape, White will just block it and then capture the stones. Now let's go back to the original. So we have this Joseki, the same thing that happens with the Kakari High. So on the 4th line. Now the problem is that Black can approach R8 threatening to cut. So again White can play these forcing moves, which were played later in the game, but these exchanges are played quite early, and then White needs to play another move, either R6 or S6 or S7. And why is that important? Because if White plays away now, Black can just cut R5, and then when you cut like this, Black will connect with R8 and the corner is in danger, and also those stones in the middle are floating. Now if you try to resist by playing R6, Black will descend first and then connect underneath. So that's why for White is necessary to play another move like S6, S7 to prevent the cut. But when you have R6 in place, you don't have to worry. And you don't want Black to extend at R8 because that works pretty well with the top right Shimari. You want to leave the position solid on the right side so you can approach later at R12. So that's one thing about the double approach high versus double approach low. But if White has a Shimari in the top right corner, then it's okay to play Q6 because you're hoping for a bigger Moy on the right side. But in this case, Q6 would be better at R6. So low double Kakari, not high double Kakari. Anyway, this didn't really affected the outcome of the game, and it's too early to do that in any case. So this is a basic Joseki. Black approaches from the top. Well, normally Black will just finish the Joseki with D10 or C10. Also, Black can approach from the left side and then extend back. But it's a nice idea to play an approach in the top and go for a top Moyo and treat these 3 stones lightly on the left. White defends calm, then Black attaches the top left. Now for Black it's still more interesting to defend the D6 group. Therefore, Black can extend the D10, just finish up the Joseki. Now if White plays D18, Black can also extend in the top. And this way, it seems much safer for Black on the whole board situation. Anyway, locally D17 is normal. So we have a basic Joseki here. Very good to put pressure with this turn in order to take Sente. and now white takes away black's extension. So here white is actually punishing black a little bit for leaving these 3 stones unattended. So here black can play a cap move in order to fix the group towards the center. Usually on this kind of cap move, white will defend with a Keima, and then black can jump out again to g5. So this is a proper way to defend lower left corner. But black jumps directly, which is an option too. Now white can go down here, play Atari. These 4C moves should be played already, and then either jump e9, so prevent the cap move, try to expand the box on the left side, which actually also attacks the g5 group indirectly. So that's an option. Black might play Kosumi here, or an attach move, or simply jump out this way or this way to protect those stones. And then it's very big to approach r12. Okay, what happened? Okay, that's quite aggressive and a little bit thank you move for black, because now black can go up or down. Yeah, so the corner is much safer. Normally the vital point here is r12. That's the kind of approach move, and then if black just plays away, for example, you can attach q16. If black defends the corner at r14 or s14, this is already a good exchange for white, and now white can attack from the other side and simply fix a base in the top. But playing the Tsuke seems to help black more than white. Then Nobi, black pushes again, and instead of jump, it's good to play Nobi one more time. So simply stay ahead. It's like a shoulder hit situation where you keep going up. Then black usually will play a Keima here, otherwise the block is too large at r13. So if black plays in the top to expand this area, white will immediately block the right side. Playing the jump, black can wedge, and this creates 2 cutting points. So now white will either protect this way or this way, but again black can jump in on the right side. So black builds a lot in the top, white gets a little bit floating in the middle. It's not interesting. Yeah, black played this jump, but in fact the wedge is usually good. Just create 2 cutting points. Now white played the tiger mouth. Taking that stone in the corner is not that urgent. More urgent to play this cap move. And in the top, black can defend the territory by playing a move at n16, for example. Also, it's good for black to play the peep in order to force white into a heavy formation, and then play this Kosumi to attack the whole group. Now white has to do something to help those stones. So black goes for an endgame move. It's big to capture that stone, but not that urgent. So this is center for white, and now a double up here. That's a little bit slack. Normally on the bottom side, white can play a move like h4 or a 2-space jump to j3. Also, it's still nice to play a move like e9 to increase the left side and keep some pressure on g5. Playing just g3 looks really slack. So for example, if you have these exchanges in place, which were played later, but they are good to be played now, you can approach all the way to k3, threatening to cover this group. So when black comes out, then you play h4, or you jump out between the groups, or you jump from the left side. So it's more active like this. Anyway, it's not such a big deal if black plays g3. So let's say we jump here, black attaches. You can play either Nobi and keep pushing and cut, or the wedge, because when black plays Atari here and white connects, now there are several cutting points, so it's difficult for black to really save everything. And then you have this nice Tetsuji to enter the bottom side. Well, of course, white can just capture the stone like that, instantly. So this g3 looks a little bit slack. And now black is looking for a base or a way to fix to settle the group, but still the cap move is the better option here. Playing the shoulder hit, white can resist, so push through. This would be the fighting spirit move. If black simply comes out, you push again, and then you Keima to connect to the left side, and when black turns, it's still okay to keep attacking those groups. They are floating. If black plays a jump, then you have the wedge. Now the group is kind of thin, and you just connect on the left side this way. And again, these stones in the middle, they need some help. So playing here was a little bit slow. Black can push again, and if you just connect, let's say all these moves are played, then black comes back and connects his group. Now it's not so interesting to play this kind of cut because the ladder works, and even if the ladder doesn't work, the ladder being like this, black can sacrifice those 3 stones, and the position in the center is still good. So 1 space jump, wedge, this is good. Then cut the stone. That's also pretty big because otherwise black will go inside the c12. So white got some profit here. It's important to get ahead. And now the proper move for black would be to connect around here. This kind of jump. This is the move that white wants to use to separate. Also, for black it's interesting to play this r8, which threatens the r5 cut. So white might just defend here. Playing a connection at r13, it's a little bit slow. This pip is still an interesting move because it creates a heavy group, but the proper way, it's this kind of jump to keep everything connected. Now, if white pushes here, then cuts like this, Atari in the corner, and a Hane, this is going to reduce black a little bit, but black can still resist. Very nice with connection. So it's absolutely fine. And on this move, again, just surround. If white tries some ladders, they don't work. So all white can do is use a sacrifice in order to break the top side, but black gains a lot of territory locally, so it's fine. This was a slow move. So playing r13, this slack move kind of balances with g3 slow move. So the game is still open for any result. Finally, the exchanges in center, very good. Then white separates. This is an excellent move. Black comes out, push, very good. This kind of push is not interesting because it removes liberty. So should just play the Hane and then Nobi and cut the stones on the left side. It's really not necessary to push at f10 because this Hane works without the push. So that exchange is not towards white's advantage. So black cuts and white Nobi. White should actually cut right away. And on this Atari, white can protect. If black plays the Hane, just Atari and push down. If black defends here, you come out. And then black can find a way to live on the left side, something like this, but those stones in the middle are in trouble next. I mean this group. So it's quite okay to cut directly, because now black can just go back and defend. So when you push inside, he will pull back. If you push again, he will pull, just connect underneath. Then when you cut like this, black can actually fight. Lots of Agi here, how to protect. Ouch, and now Hunter hunted. That group almost dying inside. So this empty triangle defense is not so good because it still leaves the opportunity to cut at d9. So white cuts, Atari, connect. In fact here, it's more interesting for white to play Nobi because when black captures 2 stones, you go Atari and this group on the left side is still in trouble, but so is the one in the middle. This is not an eye yet. Black needs another move to make the eye. So you can give up the 2 stones. You can also play Kosumi. When he captures, you block, and again black needs to find ways to come out, and it's not even that easy. So that's like 1 eye on the left side, but this group in the middle is still in trouble. So white connects, Ane also very good. Let's see a better option here. How about Atari, and just start a ladder? This was a huge opportunity for black to keep everything connected. He's got the right idea with the cut, but then should follow through with this kind of move. And even if white plays an Atari here, the ladder will still work because of this Atari. Black is not going to play Atari from below to let white escape. So, in fact, white didn't have time to connect the two stones. But, luck escape. So this Atari from behind, and black was set to sacrifice those stones on the left side. And here, white doesn't have to give up another stone, just connect. Because if black plays here, you connect and those the stones are still trapped inside the left. So this way, black just capture one more stone. Then the Atari from the inside, it's a minus, and it could be played as a quadrat. Black doesn't need that move. Black should play other moves. But right now, white is happy with the territory on the left side. So, oh, and here comes the attack on those stones. But it's actually quite difficult to kill them for now. And even later, there were so many ways that white could escape. We will see in a moment. So for example here, white can play a flexible Keima to jump out faster. And if black pushes through and cuts like this, you just squeeze. And then connect somehow. Probably the solid way. Because black just created a very heavy group. It's not so easy to continue the attack. Black needs to come back and protect against the cuts. And having such a strong wall, it should be easy to escape. You can push in the top, or you can play this kind of Tesuji. And keep fighting. But okay, push. It's a solid move. Then the wedge. This can hurt a little bit the stones on the right, so eventually white needs to play here to prevent the approach at s6. This cut is okay, try to make some I shape, but obviously black reduced that. The jump is good, but right now I would play here because it threatens the connection and also it helps the I shape in the corner. So when black defends, then you can go Atari. This gives you an eye in the middle. Black needs to take the call or connect. Well, eventually he will connect and then jump again in the center. Like this or like this, or even like in the game. Here, then Hane, then jump again. It's enough eye space already to create a two eyes in the center. So one space jump, so far so good. But the group on the right is in trouble. Now black can try, oh, oops. This Nobi, and if white connects, just pull back or jump. Difficult to create eyes in the corner. If white resists with this move, black will cut first, then either cut like this or clamp. Let's see, cut, white has to pull back, push through, and it's done. I mean, even if white connects under, it's still difficult to leave. So locally, this is only one eye. Another missed opportunity by black. So black pulls back, white protects, and now black tries to kill with this move. Actually, the killing move here is the monkey jump. When white plays the block in the corner, black will pull back here or here. So it's only one eye in the corner. Then when white tries to go out this way, black has the Tesuji to cut Keima at the waist, then push, and if white captures a stone, cut the corner. If white connects here, Atari, then connect underneath. So all of a sudden the corner is dead and these stones are floating. The group in the middle is kind of weak, but okay, that can be saved. But the way black tried to kill, it's gonna be a bit tougher. This was still okay. So normally here, white should play this kind of move. And when black cuts one stone, Atari from behind and keep pushing. If black plays here, Atari, and try to escape to connect to the left. And if black keeps playing this way, white can connect to the center. Oh, not really. Yeah, this is tough. Ah, no, actually it's okay because black needs to connect underneath. Yeah, and if black cuts, just go down and kill the group on the right side faster. Ooh, complicated. Anyway, so here black found a way to separate, but this is still the better way. I mean, play Tesuji and then cut. Interesting move. This is threatening some combination on the right side, so black needs to connect, and on this move, just link underneath. The empty triangle, it's a bit too ugly. I mean, obviously white wants to play there, but once black plays a move here, and white plays the Hane, black is not going to cut and lose the stones on the right side, but connect underneath. So when white plays this one, Atari. If white goes out, block. If Atari connect, if Atari take the stones, and the group in the corner is dead. Black found this, white found this move. Black can just separate, allow this connection in the middle, and already the corner is dead. So this should be a successful fight for black here. So now we will see how the bottom group died in the process. Black was just trying too hard, I guess. Yeah, it's difficult to cut this group. So instead of the cut, black should just go down, allow white connect, and then start the attack in the middle. Because now black is alive on the bottom. But this was too ambitious, so white is maximizing the profit in this fight. You don't need to play that sophisticated, it's good enough to go down. Because if black captures this stone, you can always take the 2. But it doesn't even matter because now black doesn't have enough liberties. And if black plays here to capture 2 stones, that's only 1 eye, and then you come out. So it's not necessary to make it 3 stones like that, a triangle, and well, it's a living, it's a dead group anyway for black, but it just felt like white is trying too hard when it's very simple to separate. But okay, this is a good sequence to kill. And actually, if you think about it, in this fight, black was attacking white, and all these stones got trapped inside. So white got the maximum possible profit in the local area. So now we move on with the fight in the middle. So counter like that, very good. And jump, this is fine. That move, it's not even necessary. In fact, you can Hane directly, because if black pushes here, you block. And if he cuts, not a problem, you can take the stone. But okay, this gives some eye shape, so it's still fine. Oh yeah, actually for white, it's always centered to play Atari here. Because if black tries any kind of move to take away the eyes, white captures a stone and it's already alive. There's an eye here, an eye here. So that Atari would be white's privilege. Black should protect. And that already gives you an eye in the middle for sure. And after that, it's okay to protect. Then black obviously will try moves to separate this group from the left. So maybe something here. But then you have the Hane. And if he blocks, you just play something like this. He needs to come back and connect. And then you just play this kind of move and create a second eye. So 1 eye here, 1 eye here, and it's done. Now let's see other options to leave. So block. It's okay to play 1 Atari in center. Black will connect to keep everything connected, and then you play away. Because if you don't, black will just push through and cut. I mean, after this move, black can play, for example, Kosumi. You defend to connect to the top left, and then he will push and cut the middle. When Atari, he just connects. So this is good timing to play Atari, because if he tries to surround, when you capture this stone, it's always center and it gives you some eye shape on the spot. So we have a jump. Tiger Mouth, this is good. He needs to play here. Atari, very good. Finally. Then push. Then that push is not necessary. You can cut directly, but okay, we will get to this. So block and cut, that's fine. Now Atari, this is also okay. And this is wrong. To play Atari again in the middle, then you can play 1 more Atari, but it's not really necessary, and just cut. And now let's count the liberties. I mean, here black cannot play double Atari because he puts himself in Atari. And if he pushes through, you just block, and when he cuts, he's got 1, 2, 3 against 1, 2, 3. You can even play here once, and then remove the liberties from the outside. So you actually build a territory in the middle, not just life. It's a huge life. So here, this was the last big opportunity that white missed. I mean, the squeeze. The idea was very good to cut, but then you gotta play the Shibori technique. Atari, 1 more Atari if you like, and then capture 3 stones. And if black connects, capture the stones in the middle. Well, I wouldn't play the second Atari because this gives black the choice to leave the 3 stones. So just cut right away. and take those 4 in the center. Once you take a formation like this, it's always a living space. So coming out here was a pretty big mistake, because now when you play this move, he will double Atari. Now if you play this one and try to go for a ko, he might play this one, then Atari, and then, well, double Atari works again, push through works, so he will sacrifice. Yeah, now it's really tough. There are no eyes. Pom pom pom. Actually, here it's interesting to play the Atari. Now when black pushes and he starts the ko, he's got those liberties. Ah no, he can still play like this. Yeah, now it's tough. And if you connect, he will cut. Then when you turn, he plays here. When you Atari, he can push and cut. Then you need to fight the ko. But anyway, the whole group will die. This was a lucky strike by black. Black really came back a lot in the game with the kill. But white managed to get some compensation in the top. So black didn't kill the whole thing. I mean, the middle, yes, but the top side, actually here, white can block this way. This is Sente because of the Atari and the Dame Tsumari. So black needs to secure, then a Kosumi, bigger life. But now, I mean, even after this group died, which shouldn't, white is still way ahead because of the big kill on the bottom and the early kill on the left side. So now it's kind of finished. But dangerous. Yeah, it's more interesting to play this move because, first of all, it gives you more eye space. So when black is trying to kill, for example, black will play a move like this, then a move like this, then let's say he connects. You have this Atari, which is quite annoying because now it will connect the middle. I mean, when black defends here, he's in Atari. If black captures a stone, you play Atari from behind and take 3 stones and connect the center again. So once you play the bump, black will just play another move in this area. I mean, yeah, black defends. Oh wait, Atari. Ah, that's the wrong move. Sorry, black cannot cut. Black needs to play this one. Then white has Atari, connect, and connect. Ouch. So that bump is quite annoying. Therefore, black shouldn't play this block. Black should actually pull back. This is the proper way. Now when white plays here, Atari, connect, defend. Yeah, black needs to separate. Kosumi, Kosumi. So much bigger life in the top. But yeah, like this, white will win. Bigger than expected. Actually here you can capture the stone. It's no problem if black goes Atari like this. You take the stone, when he connects 3 stones, you cut everything. When he connects here, you capture the stone, and it's still a bigger life and more damage. So this way, black can connect underneath, but okay. White is alive already. Nothing tricky can happen anymore. So, small endgame. This is not necessary. I mean, let's see what happens if white plays away. So, kind of finished. Let's say Hane and connect here. So black doesn't play t5 in center. If black just connects this guy, you will connect here. When he cuts, you can play Hane, or you can just Atari and push him down. The group on the left side dies anyway. So this is -1 point. And here, black and Hane block connect, and white needs to play inside. So white will lose 2 points. Well, you're still 13 points ahead, so it doesn't matter. Filling the ko is small. That's the last thing black should do. Black should play Hane and this in center. Then push here once. Also center. Atari here in center. He can connect the ko or play a 2 points move in the top. Now when white captures here, black links. If white takes the ko, black can fight this ko. Where are the ko threats? Take this, then take back the ko. Well, it will still be an easy win for white, but at least that's a better style. I mean, playing a16 here is just half point in Gote. So that ko is bigger. This is correct. Black takes back. It's better to play the Hane on the right side, because in the top it's got a both for black and white to play f19 for white, g19 for black. But here on the right side, Hane t5 was center for black. So playing this is gote for white, but it saves the 2 points here. And later you have a follow-up in center at r7. So when black goes here, 2 points gote, you immediately play r7 in center. So that was gote, this was center. Yeah, that's small. Actually, he should play this. If white plays here and black cuts, white will also cut, and it's a problem. So black needs to defend, white defend. But this is 1 point, and now white can take the 2 points, reverse center, and also save these 2 points. So that was fine. And let's count the game. So 13 points win. Anyway, impressive, but this group in the middle shouldn't die for sure. And so was the group on the bottom for black. Anyway, exciting game, and congrats on the win, especially that this is a win against a stronger player. Well done.